Hey, what's up everyone, PersNikity here, moving on with the Uncharted 3 Brutal Difficulty walkthrough, and we are going to be conquering Chapter 9, The Middle Way. Now, this is the last chapter that takes place in Syria, and Syria in the context of this game is one of the harder sections of the game. So it's two chapters, 8 and 9. We already got through 8, which was pretty difficult, and 9 is going to be pretty tough as well in the latter half of this level. Luckily, there's a few tips we can do. We can take advantage of checkpoints and everything like that. But, you know, no matter what you do, Chapter 9 is still going to be a bit tough near the end. But for now, we don't necessarily have to worry about that.
Just go on. I've got him.
Alright, sorry about that pause. I am yawning. I'm really tired. I'll be honest. I've been busy lately, and I haven't been getting to these commentaries until late in the night. So I've been pretty tired while I'm doing them, which I'll admit is sometimes not the best time to be doing commentary, but you know, you gotta find time when you find time. And it's either do it now or don't do it at all, and then you know, eventually the YouTube channel would wither down to nothing. Because YouTube can be one of those things for smaller channels where, you know, you want to post every day or whatever your schedule is, and then, you know, it's very common for smaller YouTubers to get these, like, stints of, just becoming, they lose their motivation, and that can be really harmful. Not saying that's what's happening with me right now, I just happen to be really busy, but you can see, you know, if you miss one day, it's tough to sometimes get back. Anyway, to the gameplay, we actually have to fight Cutter here, and this is a fight that you can't necessarily win. You just kind of have to hit him enough times, and you have to survive long enough. So instead of actually trying to hit him, you'll notice on Brutal Mode there are no counter indicators. So really what you want to do is just keep kind of spamming the triangle button, and then every time you successfully counter him, you can kind of sneak in a punch or two. And that's really just the approach you're going to want to take. So you see there I countered him once, I countered him again, got a couple punches in, countered again, got another punch in. But you'll notice that I'm just not really going on the offensive. I'm more on the defensive. I'm dodging his attacks and then just getting a couple counter attacks in there. I'm not full on like lunging myself at him to take him down. And again, that's just kind of what you want to do on Brutal Mode because you don't get those counter indicators. So you just kind of want to keep spamming triangle to be safe, because I think you can get hit twice, maybe 3 times, and you'll die. So you just got to be really careful. But all in all, this is a really easy fight to get through. And this is something you're going to have to get used to, because we're going to have to do fights like this kind of a lot throughout the game. And in fact, one of the last bosses in the game involves a fight just like this. So go ahead and get used to it. Not too bad. Eventually, this choking sequence will happen, and that will lead into a cutscene.
Charlie, no! Stop! Charlie, cut her!
Charlie! 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 No!
Get back!
Don't! Charlie, you're killing Nate. Okay, you gotta listen to me. You are killing Nate. Charlie! Jesus. Here we go.
I'm all right. Here we go. I'm all right. Nate, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
We're even.
Hold on this. You weren't gonna shoot me, were you, mate?
Like a rabid dog.
Wow.
Let's try this again. I'll go first this time. Shit. Now follow me.
No, I'm not turning my back on you just yet. After you.
Huh. Oh, great. Next thing I know, you'll be putting that gun to the back of my head telling me about the rabbits.
Hey, play nice, boys.
Yeah, come on. You're almost through.
Come on, let's move it along. They'll be looking for us.
All right, so after that cutscene, we are free to move on towards the rest of the level, and we're going to come to a part here which is a pretty intensive puzzle. So the main puzzle here is that giant globe sitting in the middle of the room. However, we can't yet use it, and right here I accidentally went the wrong way. Instead, you're going to want to go through this little side doorway here. It's kind of hard to see at first, but you can see that there is a set of stairs leading up, and that's the way you're going to want to go. Because what we have to do is, in order to solve the globe puzzle, we have to get some water flowing, and in order to get the water flowing, we have to dodge a bunch of spiders. Now, there's going to be 4 statues in this room, and each statue has a little thing on the back that you can light the fire. Once again, I made a small mistake. I ran around this way, and I forgot to light the first statue. Because you'll see right here, there's a large gap now, and I can't jump that gap, so I'm going to have to kind of run all the way back around, and then run all the way back once I light that first one. So, you know, obviously not the order here does not matter. It doesn't matter if you light this statue first or last. It's just a time thing. If you're going for speed or anything like that, then yeah. But anyway, so yeah, this is Chapter 9. We are almost halfway through the game. The game is 22 chapters long. And I would say from here on out, so what you can expect is Chapter 10 is really easy. Chapter 11 isn't so bad. But then I think it's in Chapter 12 or 13 is when we come to the pirate ship. And that is when things get annoying. So the pirate ship, it lasts for like 3 chapters, maybe 4. And it's hard. It's probably, in my opinion, the worst part of the game. So as soon as you can get through the pirate ship part, you should be fine. So that's really, in my opinion, the worst part of the game. And keep in mind, of course, when I'm saying pirate ship, I'm talking modern-day pirates, not Captain Jack Sparrow type pirates. Anyway, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, or, you know, we can walk that plank when we get to it. That might be the worst joke I make in all of 2017. But anyway, what you have to do here is you have to throw these torches just like grenades, and you have to throw them into the braziers across the way in order to light the fires so that you can continue to make your way through this area. Now right here, or maybe it's not right here, but this part can be a bit tough. You got to move quick here. As soon as you make that jump, you got to get on the move. If you wait for too long, the spiders will obviously swarm you, and you'll end up dying. So as quick as you can, cross this beam here, jump up, and then there's only one more to throw. Now you're going to notice a cut in the video here. That's because I just made a really stupid mistake, and I missed my jump. I missed the chain here, and I fell to my death. Really stupid way to die. Anyway, so go ahead and jump up here. You can grab this last torch, and you can see the brazier down below. It's kind of hard to see at first, but if you aim it, boom. Then you can jump down and continue on with the rest of the puzzle. So now the spiders, you no longer have to worry about the spiders or anything. Instead, you just have to work on getting the water flowing. So Cutter will join you over here, and you're going to go over to this crank. Both of you will crank at the same time, and then boom. That's one. Still got one more to go. So
There we go.
You're going to want to be careful here because the water will start rising, but if you jump down too soon, the fall can still actually kill you. So you just might want to play it safe. Let the water rise. I'd say right about here you're fine to jump down. I know there's a treasure in this part that is kind of hard to get. I don't remember how you get it. Obviously, this isn't a treasure guide, but it has something to do with, like, if you shoot it down, because it's, like, lodged in the ceiling, if you shoot it down, it will actually sink. So you have to jump in the water, get directly below it, and then shoot it down from the water. Now here, I forgot that you have to do the second crank, so I ran up to the globe, and it wasn't working, and I sat there like, wait, what the hell? But you'll see there's a second set of cranks here, so
Okay, one more.
same procedure, just follow the prompts, and then you're going to have to solve the globe puzzle. And the globe puzzle can be a little annoying at first. Basically, you'll see that there is light shining on the globe. You have to align the globe so that those lights line up with certain land masses. And so the way you do that is you have to use both joysticks. So one joystick will rotate the globe up and down. The other one will rotate the globe right and left. So just kind of, just spin it around. It shouldn't be too hard, but you'll see right away, you can already see just by rotating it down a bit that the shapes are starting to line up. So now what you have to do is just use the other joystick to spin this landmass around the other way. You can probably already see it for yourself what is supposed to be lining up. So right here is where it becomes very obvious, but I kind of just overshot it. Really simple puzzle. It just might take a couple seconds for you to get used to the mechanics of using two joysticks and trying to get that perfect. But yeah, I think that landmass on the right with kind of like the jagged spike, that's the easiest one to reference when you're trying to line up everything.
You did it.
But yeah, there you go. Obviously, if you do it successfully, this giant little tower thing will fall from the ceiling, and that's where you're going to want to go. This chapter is pretty long, but a lot of it is cutscenes, and the cutscenes are a bit lengthy. And they're definitely worth it to watch because a lot happens in these cutscenes. So they're definitely, if you're following the story, the cutscenes in this level are very, very important to watch. So you're going to want to go ahead and ascend these stairs here. And if you remember, in Syria we found half of an amulet, and now we are hoping to find the second half of the amulet here in...
All right, we're looking for...
I'm sorry, we found the half in France, now we want to find the half in Syria, so run over here and trigger another cutscene.
Is that it?
Yeah, just like the one in France.
Amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Let's get it open. There it is.
What did I tell you?
Let's see the other half.
Yeah, about that, Talbot has it.
What?
Yeah, I told you how he ambushed us at the chateau. That's when he took it.
Well, why did we even bother then?
Hold on. Give me a little credit. Here. There. You see?
And with the inscription complete...
We know exactly where to go in Yemen. Thank you very much.
Nicely done.
Yeah, all the same. I think I'll hold on to this one.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Keep looking. They have to be here somewhere. Shit. They must have followed us.
We better hope there's another way out of here. Oh, there's a draft over here.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, I can feel the breeze.
Awesome. Please be an outside wall.
It's got some give. Charlie, help me with this.
Yeah.
Guys, we don't have much time.
Come on, go!
Well, thanks very much. I'll take that.
Drop your weapons.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well then, what a dilemma. We seem to be equally matched. Until the rest of my men show up, that is.
We can wait.
Oh no. Guys?
Charlie?
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, that changes things a bit, doesn't it? Now drop your guns.
Why don't you go...
Carter, shoot him.
No.
Wait. Just stop. Okay?
Now that's better, isn't it? Shoot him.
You son of a
Carter,
bitch.
pull the trigger.
My pleasure.
Alright, so this part's really hard, and it might actually take you quite a bit of tries, but you're just going to have to make a run for it. There's really no trick here. You just got to run. Obviously, you can't take cover or anything like that. You just have to run, occasionally roll, and eventually you should make it here, and you'll be safe. It's really hard to do. It'll take quite a few tries, but eventually you should get it.
Cutter!
You can't make it.
Okay, what can we do? What can we do?
Charlie!
What the hell? You didn't get very far, did you? Hand it over.
Piss off.
There's nothing we can do, kid.
Jesus, this is unbearable.
Oh, Carter. I had such high hopes for you.
Yeah, right.
It's true. You had potential. Now, well, it's funny how things work out, isn't it? You betray my trust, and now we find ourselves here. As if it were in the cards all along.
Charlie, don't. Shit. No. No!
Hurry! Go!
Charlie! Oh, shit! Bollocks! Don't move! Don't move!
Jesus, my leg. Don't touch it!
It's broken!
I know it's broken.
Just easy does it, Nate. Hang on. Nate, look at this.
Oh, what the hell?
This way!
Okay, we can't stay here.
Just leave me the gun. I'll kill those bastards.
No way. We're getting you out of here. Come on, get up.
I got him.
You got it?
You cover us.
Okay.
Go!
Alright, so here's what you're going to want to do. Right after the cutscene, take this guy out with stealth and steal his weapon. With him out, take cover behind this wall and creep over to this pillar here. You do not want to leave cover here because there are a lot of enemies that are going to be shooting at you. So take cover behind this pillar, stealth kill this guy. You can see you're just going to drag him around. And now, from this pillar, you're in a pretty safe location. So what you're going to want to do is just start shooting the enemies with alternative cover. So you see here, I'm going to blind fire this guy. And now I'm just going to start shooting the enemies with alternative cover. And here's what you're going to want to do here. You're going to want to kill as many enemies as you can, because once you kill a certain amount of enemies, you're going to unlock a checkpoint. And then from the checkpoint, it's a lot easier to complete this. And it's still a really hard firefight. It is definitely a tough fight. But your main goal is just to get from checkpoint to checkpoint. So stay behind this pillar. You can see that there's a couple enemies making themselves visible. And I'm just going to shoot them one by one in the order that I see fit. However, eventually I will end up dying. So you see here, this guy with the shield. Without a grenade, it's really hard to take these guys out. So, just like I said, try to kill as many guys as you possibly can. And then what might happen is you'll die, as such, that you see me do right there. And then here's what you're going to want to do. Right off the respawn, just sit here. And the good news is, you will spawn. You see that I actually spawned with a grenade in my inventory. So that's a huge plus. That's actually a perk for dying. So I'm going to use the grenade on the first shield enemy. Boom, he's dead. Problem solved. Now there's a couple of enemies over here with guns. It's really hard to kill them because you have to pop up. There's no way to use alternative cover here. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to be patient. And these enemies are going to throw grenades at me. And if you press triangle at the right time, you can actually throw their grenades back at them. So just be patient. Don't even try to shoot the enemies here. Just hide behind the wall. This guy with the shield, he's going to creep up to you, and as soon as an enemy throws a grenade your way, pick it up and toss the grenade at the second shield enemy. Now to do that, you'll notice that there's the little bar. You have to press triangle to stop the moving bar within the white area. And then boom. So once you do that, you have two shield enemies out of the way. And it's pretty necessary to do that grenade throwback technique. Now, unfortunately, there's no real trick here. You just have to kill one of these guys. The best way to do it is while you're in cover, try to line up the enemy in the center of your screen. That way, when you pop up to shoot them, your reticle is already targeted on them. And so I'm going to pick this guy up on the balcony, and you'll see he kind of has a pattern. He shoots at me in a couple bursts, and then there's a pause. Every time he pauses, that's when I'm going to pop up and shoot him. And I am only you'll notice, I'm only popping up for split seconds at a time. You just got to be patient with it. Like I said, there's no real trick to doing this. You just got to be patient, and you just have to pop up in very short, controlled bursts. Now, what will happen is eventually the enemies will stop shooting at you. What you're going to want to do is pick up one of these riot shields, and our goal here is to trigger the next wave of enemies, but then retreat back to this safe location. Because if you don't have the riot shield here, it's much harder to take on the enemies from inside the castle as opposed to out here. So what I'm doing is I'm creeping up. You kind of got to go pretty far. But then what's going to happen is 3 enemies are going to spawn. So right about now, here they come. Now I'm going to creep back with my riot shield so that they can't shoot me. I'm going to ditch the riot shield, and I'm going to take cover behind one of these things. You see here, Drake freaking almost got me killed, bouncing around like a freaking wild baboon. But anyway, there you go. So get back to cover, and now this guy, the heavily armored guy, obviously you're going to want to use your grenade on him, because you were able to pick up one grenade, hopefully, from one of these dead bodies. So feel free to use your grenade on him. However, it probably won't kill him. So what you're going to also have to do is he will sometimes throw grenades at you. If he throws a grenade at you, then you're going to want to do the grenade throwback technique. Otherwise, you're going to want to let him approach you, and then once he gets close enough, you're just going to blind fire him to death. But you see here, I had kind of an opportunity to deliver a lot of shots into him. He is not a threat at long ranges. He's only a threat if he gets up close. So every time you get a chance, try to shoot him from a long distance, and then there you see I was able to take him out. Now these 2 guys are going to rush you, so go ahead and just take them out with good old classic blind fire. And there you go. You're done with one of the 2 very tough firefights here. So stock up as much as you can. You're going to want as much ammo as you can going into the next section. It would also help if you had grenades, but unfortunately I couldn't find any. If you happen to be able to save some of your grenades, then you are going to have a much easier time in the next fight. However, it's going to be really hard to save the grenades because, as you saw, we had to kill 2 shield enemies and a heavily armored enemy. So if you don't have any grenades, here's what you're going to want to do. If you have grenades, then of course you are definitely going to have an easier time in this section, because what's going to happen is we have to make our way through quite a bit of enemies. There are going to be, I think, 2 shield enemies and 2 heavily armored enemies, and not a lot of cover. This is a really hard section. So I'm going to take cover behind this little stone structure here, and I'm going to stay here for pretty much the entire fight. And the key here, the number 1 key is patience. Now, if you have grenades, you're going to let these shield guys approach you, and then, of course, you're just going to hit them with a grenade. Super easy kill. You should have no problem with this. If you don't have grenades, here's what you're going to want to do. Let them approach you, and even though it will consume more ammo, you can still blind fire these guys to death. So check out what I do here. I'm going to let him get as close as I possibly can, and once he gets too close for comfort, I'm going to start blind firing. And then what will happen is when you blind fire, you see that the shot from the bullet will actually cause them to stumble backward. And as they're stumbled backward, you pop another blind fire that will hopefully kill them. Now you see here, again, another heavily armored guy is going to approach me. So I just blind fire him. Now the shield guy's going to approach me. I shot him, I blind fired him, he stumbled back, and then I pulled out my pistol and blind fired him to death. So obviously blind firing is not the best approach. Grenades would be the best approach, but if you don't have grenades, you got to do what you got to do. So you got to blind fire them. So the number 1 key is to stay back here and be patient, let them get close, and then blind fire. And then once you're done with them, there's really only 2 more guys to handle, 1 here and 1 there. The first guy is close enough to blind fire. The second guy is quite a bit ways off, so you can just kind of wait and shoot him when you get the chance. But I actually got a bit lucky here. I think one of my AIs, you see there, one of my AIs actually killed him. So my AI actually came through right there. If your AI doesn't, that's okay. You know, 1 enemy really isn't that much of a problem. You're just going to want to maybe pick up someone's Gmal and take him out from a long distance. But the number one thing you got to do there is to just be patient, let the enemies approach you, and then blind fire them. And if you shoot the shield enemies enough times, they will stagger backward, and when they stagger backward, they slightly expose their body, allowing you to finish the job. Now you're going to want to take out those 2 enemies before you make your way forward, and now you're good to make your way into the castle. Be careful, because enemies will be in here, so take cover behind this wall. The enemies are pretty much going to rush you. That's why I decided to just throw my grenade. I also could have blind fired them. Somehow this guy survived the blast. But anyway, just make your way down slowly. Keep taking cover because a couple enemies, you see here's another one. So I'm going to hide behind the wall and just let him approach and blind fire him to death. As soon as you clear out these enemies, it shouldn't be too hard. You are good to go. You are done with Chapter 9, one of the harder chapters in the game, in my opinion. But with those tips, I hope you're able to get through it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe if you get the chance. Approach this doorway, and you will be done with Chapter 9 and done with Syria. I'll see you in the next video.
The bus. We're taking the bus.
Well, that won't attract any attention. Warning. Not worth the price of admission, folks.
Here we go. 1, 2, and up.
Yeah.
Right here. All right, I got this. You take care of him.
Here they come.
Sully, get us out of here. Looks like we lost him.
All right, I'll find some place to ditch the bus.
Great. You doing all right?
Oh, fabulous.
That was too close.
He'll be okay.
No, I mean the whole thing. Just isn't worth it, Nate. Let this one go.
Oh, no. You can't just give up. If you let these bastards win, after this, I will never bloody forgive you.
Don't you worry, Charlie. There's no way I'm letting them win.
What is it with you? What are you trying to prove?
I'm not trying to prove anything.
Right.
So what's the plan, kid?
Guess I'm going to Yemen. You up for it?
Of course I am.
All right, we gotta find a quick way in. No hassles.
I might know someone we could call.
Who? Oh, no. No.
You got a better idea, I'm all ears.
What about... No. Fine. Make the call.